We were just talking, considering the fact that we went through the eviction, we were just talking about how crazy it is that her stuff went to the landfill and how that's insane. Like, look, I'm telling you, I'm not that mean. But right, Chris? I'm kind of happy I got my property back, though. Come on. I mean, I feel bad, but up to a point. Do you know what I mean? I think that's look, legally, all of her stuff, all the stuff that's inside the house that she hasn't picked up with her during the eviction is considered abandoned. So it's our stuff. So yes, it was our decision to decide whether or not to let the movers take it to the landfill. But what alternative do we have? Right? We need our property. Do you know what I mean? So we can't just let it sit there and, stay in the house. So you might have the argument of like, oh, well, she can come, you could let her come back the next day and pick it up. But I'm like, I don't know who she's going to bring back. And no, she had over 8 months to get out. Right? It's like the system has already requested too much from us. Free rent and free utilities for 8 months. That's enough to ask from me. No. I feel bad, but I'm not your therapist. It's not my responsibility to take care of you. I feel bad, but I'm not your therapist. Oh, I gotta show you something. We got a COVID-19 test. Oops, at-home test. So, we're vaccinated. We haven't had COVID yet. But I feel like it's just a matter of time before we do. But of course, until then, we take precautions and stuff. Wait. Oh, there you go. Until then, we'll take precautions and stuff. So when we arrived, of course, we couldn't film. And, 1 second. We couldn't film. Sheriff was like, put those phones away. But when we opened the door, I posted a picture. This is how the door looked like. There was no doorknob. It's almost like she has a weird obsession with doors. And I don't know what happened. Why would someone completely remove the entire doorknob system from a front door? I don't know. But one of the things in my mind that I can think of is during the rent escrow process, that's something the court-appointed inspector mentioned, that the front doorknob was a little loose. I don't know if she was trying or attempting to file a rent escrow, and so she was purposely damaging the property. But too late! Too late! Chris, I just called her a B. I'm not in the wrong. I mean, I don't know why do people expect us to like her? I don't understand. I don't know why people expect us to be nice. Would you be nice to someone who slaps you in the face? No. Anyway, so back to focus. So she opens the door super high. And the first thing she says, so the sheriff is like, "Are you Christina?" She goes, "Yes." I'll never forget. She was like, yes. And of course she sees us because she was not expecting us, right? So for the longest time, she was texting us, calling us, begging us for the date of the eviction. And we're like, we're not your keepers. I am not your parent. I'm not telling you squat. I'm not here for that. So no, I mean, of course we're ignoring her calls. We don't owe you anything. So we didn't tell her. And then that came up. She was telling the sheriff, but they didn't tell me the date of the eviction. I didn't know when the eviction was. I don't understand. no, no. And the sheriff was like, he sheriff took his hand and pushed the door open. He looked at her and was like, okay. That was kind of funny. Sheriff was like, girl, get the hell out of my face. Because he knows that we've put notices on the door. It was a typical deadbeat behavior. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Before he walks in, he's like, is anybody inside the house? And she's like, no. And so he does like a quick runaround. So he goes in. I think he just looks around the entire house. And during this time, she was yapping at the door and looking at us. And my sister was there to my right. My sister was like, we were holding hands because it was I don't know why we were just huddled together. And so my sister was whispering to me. She's like, idiot, idiot. She was like, idiot, idiot, idiot. And so the sheriff comes back down. She's still yapping about like my son's gift for Christmas. I don't know what to do. I need more time. I need like what? Come back tomorrow or something. And the sheriff opens the door like, come on in. And then I called the whole crew to come in. The locksmith, the movers. We were like, all right, let's go. Coffee time. So the movers comes in, and we all look at the place like, wow. So that's how the first entry moment started. But you know what's really interesting is that the first thing she did, once we walked in and once she realized she couldn't put this off, she grabbed her bag. She grabbed her like one of her fancy purse. She grabbed the purse. She grabbed the TV. She grabbed all the like electronics. In my mind, I'm saying like, wouldn't you grab, I don't know, your ID, your wallet, your passport, if you have any documentation, your bank records, like wouldn't you grab anything that has more substantial value than a TV? Or like a purse? Or a bag? Or shoes? Like my first reaction is not anything like that. I would definitely go and get dressed warm enough for the winter, and I would go for my important documents. But, you know, I'm different. Anyway, so as I go around the house and I film everything, you know, we get to the upstairs and we realize that actually she's been doing nothing but doing drugs in here. I was like, I don't know who she's going to call. I don't know who's going to show up. I don't want to be shot. I don't want to die today, okay? So I said to my sister, I was like, no concession. She needs to go right now. And so we were like, no, get out. So as her stuff was being thrown out, she is, she's being more irate. She wouldn't stop coming back trying to pick up her stuff. And we call 911 every single time. And at first she was like, but the sheriff told me to put my stuff here. Like, and she'll do a step. Look, I'll show you what it was like. She'd be like this. I'd be like, Christina, stay back. And she goes like this. But the sheriff told me to put my stuff here. Christina, stay back. But the sheriff told me to put my stuff here. I'm like, Christina, stay back. But the sheriff told me to put my stuff here. And that's how she was. She would take a step with every time she made a sentence. And I was like, okay, look, girl, I don't know who you think you is. I ain't stupid. I died 911 right there and then. Like, she's going to inch her way and grab one back. I didn't want her to even grab a single slipper. She didn't pay rent for 8 months. Every little bit of that stuff in there is mine. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. No. I told you, I'm not forgiving. I'm not Christopher. I'm not a really forgiving person. I'm not forgiving. I'm not. Like, if you cross a line with me, you're as good as dead. I'm not forgiving. Right, Chris? Just don't fuck with me. Just don't play with me. I'm not demanding. I'm a very simple person. I'm easy breezy.
Except when it comes to your money.
Except when it comes to my money. Like that, you're on camera. Like that would be. Anyway, so I was like, no, Christina, get out. So I called the cops, and the cops arrived, and then, I told them this story. It's so funny because then they stood by the window staring at her from the outside, just looking at her like, They were enjoying the show, I guess. 4 cops came. Why 4? Because I told them, I don't know who she is. I don't know who she called. I don't know who is coming. This woman has been doing drugs in my house. I don't want to take the chance. I said, she's here and she may have called some backup. And so they show up in force. I don't care. I don't care. Bring the whole SWAT team. I quite don't care. I'm so spiteful. I love it. I love it. I love it. Of course, she's upset. And then the cops leave when she leaves. And then she comes back. And I call the cops again. And then once she sees the cops, she leaves. And then she comes back. And I call the cops again. And to a point where, like, I told the cops, I was like, she's going to keep doing this. So the cops ended up staying until we were done. And that's how she never came back. What an ordeal. And then the neighbor came out, and the neighbor told us, and this is let me tell you something. The neighbor told us that every night he would hear some cat. What was the word he used? What was the word the neighbor used? Okay, some pussy pounding. He's like, there's some pussy pounding going on there every night. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, every night, different man, different noises. She was a prostitute. Oh, very, 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 very adventurous woman. But no, the neighbor was like, it was some pussy pounding going on. And he never saw her son. It's like her son was never there. And if you look at the house, you see it's a big house with only one mattress. Where is his son sleeping? Only one mattress, 3-bedroom home, pussy clapping noise, pussy pounding noise, right? I don't know about you, but clearly, what else? That's it. But we got our property back. Look at that. It's not a nice view. So you might be wondering, because you might be wondering what is that right here? Spider webs. I love spiders. So, we have a cleaning crew, and they clean inside and outside the house. And every time I tell them, do not touch my spider webs. And he laughs at me. He's like, I know, Mr. Ezekiel, I know. But I have to remind, because I feel like, I know it doesn't hurt me. So every time I go, don't touch my spider webs. And it's funny, every time he's like, I know. In the report they said, do not clear spider webs from this house. I love my spider webs. I do. I think spiders are fascinating creatures. They are very observant. They are patient. And once a bug is in that web, they strike without hesitation. Kind of like me. They do not hesitate. I'm still on cloud 9, Chris. I'm so happy. I got my property back. I am beyond happy, like cloud 9. And you know what? To any tenant in the future, anyone who is my tenant in the future, if you're watching this, best believe I will sue you if I have to. Like, what? I am not those landlords who just let things go. No. I'll see you in court. So everybody be in your best behavior. I will respect you, but I expect the same. And Yes, I'm not afraid of court. I will see you in court. Even if it's $20, I'll sue you for that. And for the legal fees. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Like, I'm a nice person, but you're gonna respect me. Bye. What a great story this was.